Brennan Coates here, also known as the Gut Whisperer, and I'm here with another book review. This book is The Carnivore Diet, written by Doctor Shawn Baker. Now, I'm not going to do a conventional book review like I normally do. This book review, I'm going to be providing a little bit more anecdotal information, practical information, just kind of like a conversation me and you right now. I was introduced to this book by my first mentor, Dr. Nandor Bajuz, and he was introduced to this book and Dr. Shawn Baker by watching a podcast on the Joe Rogan podcast. Dr. Shawn Baker was a guest of Joe Rogan, and he turned Joe Rogan's life around, turned it upside down, inside out, really disrupted Joe's ways of thinking. In fact, Joe Rogan decided to go carnivore, I think for 60 days or maybe 30 days. He reversed actually his vitiligo, and I know that Joe had experienced some issues with the transition of going into meat, but he really saw some incredible results. I'm digressing a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of a cool little backstory because it was an incredible interview, and in fact, I was able to have Dr. Shawn Baker speak to my group, my 45-day gut reset group, and let me tell you, what an incredible human being, incredibly smart, very detailed. He's done the work, he's done the research, he's still continuing doing the research. In fact, he has his own test studies where he's really gathering a lot of information from test subjects that are exclusively eating meat. And he's seeing a reversal of so many different types of autoimmune conditions, various types of diseases, chronic diseases, seeing a real turnaround with people's health. And it's really incredible because the idea of eating just meat is very against everyone's paradigm of thinking. We've all been told we need to eat a diverse selection of fruits and vegetables and plants and so forth. But eating the carnivore diet is, again, just very, very backwards against most conventional methods of eating. Now, the reason why the carnivore diet is such a healthy diet, believe it or not, is because it's going back to our ancestral roots. So going back to our ancestral eating habits. In fact, on page 38, Dr. Baker talks about a character named Urk. That's what he references. And this earth roamer would try to stay away from leaves. Why? Because they were bitter and they contained a lot of plant chemicals, which disrupted the gut microbiome and, in fact, their immune system. They would have consumed berries, but it took a lot of work and it was seasonal, right? But the main source of nutrition and energy would have come from large animals. So like mammoths, right? There's a really cool picture right there. And those were the primary food sources, and that provided a lot of energy for humans. And so he goes into that and he really proves the anatomy. He talks about the size of the gut with regards to the acidity in the stomach and so forth. So it's really interesting. What I especially liked was that he talked about so many different types of diseases and reversing diseases through adopting a carnivore diet. So one of my favorite chapters was chapter 7 because I'm a holistic clinical nutritionist. So he goes into the science. He goes into a lot of information, evidence-based, particularly talking about so many diseases. Let me see if I can find some of them here. There's a big chart, actually. Look at this. Like amenorrhea, anxiety, arthritis, asthma, athlete's foot, COPD, colitis, Crohn's disease, dental caries, depression, diverticulitis, PCOS, GERD, gingivitis, gout. So many people think that gout is caused by eating too much red meat. Well, actuality, it's what else those people are, or men predominantly, are eating, right? A lot of processed foods, a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of refined carbohydrates, oftentimes dairy, oftentimes alcohol, right? With the formation of uric acid, goes down into the foot, causes gout. So initially, Dr. Baker says there might be kind of like a flare up with the uric acid, but if you, with the ongoing consumption of meat, it actually reverses it because it's very healing. Also, Dr. Baker talks about gut health, and right then and there, I'm going to get all excited because he talks about two main things with regards to the gut integrity. First of all, he talks about the microbiome, and prehistorically, humans had a very diverse, robust gut flora in their guts. And we do not have that same gut flora now. Now, certainly there's been an evolution with humanity, but at the same time, I think there's been a decrease of proper beneficial bacteria in our guts, certainly more pathogenic bacteria, and definitely an imbalance of healthy bacteria to the bad bacteria. That's agreed upon with everyone, pretty much. Secondly, he talks about the integrity of the gut lining. More people have leaky gut. And when that happens, things are escaping into the systemic bloodstream, causing an immune response, causing chronic disease, right? So he talks about the integral role meat has on the cell lining of the intestines because meat is so healing. And again, this is going to go against a lot of people's beliefs, and this is going to disrupt a lot of vegetarians. And I'm not here to cause fights. I'm not here to offend anyone, but you cannot deny the science. And the real science, the science that's not funded or backed by plant-based protein manufacturers that are funding these studies, for example, the science shows, and you cannot deny the anecdotal evidence of all of these people reversing so many diseases. In fact, during my 45-day gut reset, all the participants got to experience 5 different types of diets, okay? With carbohydrates, carb backloading, vegetarian, intermittent fasting, ketogenic. The number one favorite and the most successful diet that everyone experienced was the carnivore diet. It's pretty incredible. So the reason why I'm doing this book review like this is because it is an ongoing resource for me in my private practice as a clinical nutritionist, because I get my clients to adopt, not for their whole life, but I get them to adopt a meat diet for so many reasons. And the main reasons are because it's healing. You will not have inflammation by eating just meat. Most foods that cause inflammation, most foods that cause an immune response, because everyone has leaky gut, you're not going to get that immune response from eating just meat, especially if you do a proper detox. So again, going all meat, you've got to do it strategically. And I strongly recommend you buy the book because there's science behind it. And if you have the understanding and the strategy, right, then you're going to certainly put yourself in a more successful position to adopt the carnivore diet. Now, there's a lot of professionals that I follow on Instagram that start with the carnivore diet and then they've evolved a little bit, but for the most part, they're still eating a predominantly meat diet. And again, it goes against so many people's beliefs. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to go on YouTube, search Joe Rogan with Doctor Shawn Baker, listen to that podcast. It's a great interview. Then go to Amazon and buy this book. You know what I'll do? I'll put the link below somewhere and you can hit the link. It will be an affiliate link, so I might get a couple of points. Thank you for your support. Disclaimer. And you can buy the book. It's a fantastic resource and you will see incredible results. And honestly, I can say this because pretty much every single person in my group has succeeded immensely by going all meat. Again, not for the rest of their lives, but it's certainly a good tool to implement if you're on your way to trying to heal your gut, that's for sure. So anyways, Carnivore Diet, Dr. Shawn Baker. It's a fantastic book. He's an incredible human being. He's very colorful and he's got a strong opinion. So find him on Instagram as well, Dr. Shawn Baker. And again, I was absolutely blessed to have been introduced to him from my mentor. And then I was really fortunate to have him speak to my group. Really incredible. He's someone that I certainly really admire. And one day I look to possibly have him speak for my Living Legends live event if and when that happens with, with this whole COVID stuff. But anyways, it's a great book. If you are challenged with your health, I strongly recommend you buy the book, search them. If you're interested, you've got an opportunity maybe to enroll yourself in my 45-day gut reset, where you can learn different approaches to different modalities of nutrition, including all meat, because the whole point is delivering you with so much information that you can make your own decisions afterwards on which direction you want to go with different types of eating styles. So with all that being said, Carnivore Diet, great book, great read. Dr. Shawn Baker, big fan. It's going to disrupt the way you think, and that's just what I like to do. So in good health and in good spirit. If you like that video, hit a like, hit a subscribe, share it with your friends. Thanks so much. Until next time, have a good day.